Welcome back, guys. Another day building the LS. Now is this cam. So we're finally dropping in the comp cam's drift cam. No springs required drift cam. That's going into the block. And then I'm going to do lifters, push rods, lifter trays, and try to get the heads back on today. I don't have the tool for the front crank gear thing, so I'm not going to go ahead and get the timing and the old oil pump back on. So we'll just get the heads back on and we'll see where we are in a little bit. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get this cam lubed up and we'll go ahead and put it back in. Oh yeah.
Saucy dude.
Yeah, look at that.
That's definitely not enough. You need way more.
What?
You need way more.
Oh, I'm just gonna get it on the top first. This stuff is gooey, man. That's so gross. Trying to spread this right now, and it's not spreading. It's so sticky.
It's super thick.
Yeah, it is. It's like boogers.
Yeah, that shit's annoying.
I think that's good. Yeah?
You need more.
Yeah, water pump bolts. They make a tool for this, but you could just use water pump bolts. Okay, let's insert. It's actually going in easier than it did coming out.
That's the part that's gonna get a little.
Yeah, the deeper you go in, the little bit harder it gets.
That's what someone said.
Go on. Last bit. Not going. Come on. There it is.
There you go.
Okay. Bolts out. So yeah, drop the lifters in.
Alright, it's all ready to go.
Cool. You can use the two bottom ones to use as like the centering pins to get the head to sit flat. Cool. Cool. Only ARP sells this, gives you this, right? I don't know many bolt companies that actually care enough to give you this like assembly lube stuff on your bolts.
Yeah, I feel like it, something in it kind of helps it stay in there as well.
And you get proper torque spec because it's like lubricated. I don't know. I paid for it, so I'm gonna put it on.
Basically.
We had to thread chase out some of these holes because they were dirty. So where's my tool? I don't know where I put it. I don't know if you can zoom in on that. We cut grooves in the old head bolts and use them to chase out and clean all the gunk out of some of the threads, right? And we torque them. using the ARP torque procedure, which is a lot simpler than the LS stock head bolts, so I'll tighten them up. Why does it feel so...
There we go.
Is that really 25 now? It's like, I don't know.
That's a little sketch too.
If I, like, do I need to work out or something? 25 just feels like a lot. You ever see those guys that have those tattoos of the torque sequence on their arm?
They usually put on their left, so
So they can see it,
You can
yeah.
look at it and
That's funny.
Seeing a guy with a Subaru tattoo, I was like, man, what if you don't like Subarus? Like, after that phase, you know? Like, I don't want a Subaru anymore. Can you imagine still having a Subaru tattoo?
Nope.
I don't like him that much. Okay, now to go to 50. Crocs. Stability.
Let's get the Crocs.
Okay, let's fell back on that one. Okay, 75.
75 final?
Yes. Well, I still have 5 across the top, but that's step 4, so those are easy. 70, 25 apiece. Okay, click. Why is it so hard at 75?
It's an awkward.
No, because we do wheels all day long.
That's what I'm saying. It's an
I don't
awkward
know,
like
get it.
angle, maybe.
That's it. I was like ready to get in position. Turns.
Gucci, now we gotta go with
13s.
see that one right there.
You go and snug them up. Already put the 2 in. Alright, so it's been about a week since the guys came over and helped me install the heads. Some of the other parts I had laying around I needed to clean along with some of the hardware, so here we are again. Let me show you where we're at and what parts I still need to install. So this is the motor now, it's pretty clean. I don't remember if I showed you guys the oil pan, but I got my Canton oil pan in. That's installed not fully because I still need to get the windage tray and the oil pickup installed, so I'll get the oil pickup installed today once I get the oil pump and the timing chain installed. I also got this valley cover. I don't plan to run my knock sensor since I'm going to run the Holley Terminator ECU. I really don't necessarily need to calibrate the knock sensor, so I'm just going to run a cover, and I got this cover from LSX Innovations. They make the pulley kits, which I did buy already, and they also sell this blank valley cover. So I know ICT Billet sells one. It was a little bit cheaper, but I didn't care for the ICT Billet logo in the front, so I just went plain. I'll install that before I install the timing and flip it over so I can get to the pan. Now the pan, I tried using the OEM hardware, but there's some screws that are just a little too long. So Canton Racing sells a hardware kit to convert your bolts to studs. I needed to buy 5 bolts. I said, screw it, it's 12 bucks. So I bought their entire hardware kit to install my pan. So I'll flip it over and do that as well, along with installing the pickup tube. Melling 1000296, it's a high volume, high pressure oil pump. Old motor, plus I'll be adding an oil cooler and a remote oil filter mount, so you know, the high volume could be helpful, along with the high pressure, because, well, this thing has unknown amount of miles on it, and you know, I could use all the oil pressure. So there's that. It also includes 2 springs. This is a higher pressure one, this is a lower pressure. I'm just gonna run the one that already came inside of it. And then there's some O-rings for the pickup tube, which I already installed the said black one, which should go in there, right? The old timing gear. Yes, the crank timing gear. I went ahead and switched this one out. I already have the new one installed on there. I had to use a 3-jaw puller to get this sucker off. The Harbor Freight 3-jaw puller works fine. There's like a kit that comes with three jaw pullers. I used the medium one, but I had to shave down the hook part. So like the 3-jaw puller hooks it like right here. I had to shave down, which is like my knuckle, for it to clear because I couldn't get the jaws to fit behind the gear. So with a little bit of the angle grinder, I was able to get the jaw like part small enough to slide into here, and that worked out. So yeah, Harbor Freight tool will work to remove this sucker if you need to put another one on. Now to reinstall, real quick, this one slid like 80% on without anything. So all they did was kind of lube it up a little bit more, then use this as a, you know, to install it. And I just tapped it in with the mallet. People are like, don't tap it in. Well, if you're installing a pilot bearing on the back of your crank and you're already hitting stuff in, well, don't hit it that much harder than, you know, installing it on the front. So I just gave it a nice couple small taps so that way I don't screw up the bearings, you know, on the crank. Now pickup tube. This is a pickup tube out of a GTO because it also has a front sump. So yeah, it's just an OEM pickup tube. And then you have our oil pickup girdle thingy that they call it. The oil pump has 2 bolts, right? But the pickup tube only has 1. So your little bracket thingy utilizes both bolts. That's what that's about. And then you have your the hardware for the oil pan. And then yeah, let me show you this nasty tub of solution, right? So this is what I did to clean all the parts. Like if you take a look how clean the valve covers are, I just let these suckers soak. It even cleaned out the baffle inside of the valve cover on the other one right there. So super stoked. Just let it sit for a couple hours in the solution, and I'll pull out a piece that was pretty grimy. So like the factory windage tray was like had crusty oil on it, and it's been sitting overnight. So I'm gonna go and pull it out and show you what it looks like. It literally pulls off all the oil. All I did was just let it sit in this stuff, and you know, pretty much got to hit it real quick with the brush. But other than that, it pulls oil and crud and all that stuff right off of it, just letting it sit. Let's see what else is in this pan. No, I think I would. Oh yeah. So I don't know if you saw us remove this, but you can see how there's, you know, a little bit left. But I bet you to just wipe it with my finger and it'll come right off. So yeah, you can just let stuff sit in this solution, and all it is degreaser and water. You can see how clean your old parts get. Now, once I figure it out, that's what worked for the valve covers and the original timing cover. Oh yeah, let me flip over the timing cover so you can see. So this timing cover was black, just like, I don't know if you can see over there. Yeah, this timing cover is black. So I just let it sit and then using a brush to agitate the heavy, nasty areas, and that's how clean I got it. I did the same with all my bolts. You know, my different bolt bags, I've been putting them into the bin and letting them soak, but I also have to do this manifold. Well, that's enough of me talking, so let's go ahead and get started and get this stuff reassembled. Yeah, and we'll see where we get in a little bit. halfway there. I think we're good. Timing marks, line back up again. I'm gonna go ahead and do it again. Next 2 weeks, we have some other things planned. I got to prep the Cressida for a drift event that I got going on in 2 weekends from now. So another video that you guys are going to see is us upgrading the master cylinder, the brake master cylinder in that thing. Without spoiling too much, I got another Toyota Master that's larger. It doesn't fit 100%. One of the brake lines I'm going to have to bend and figure out, so there's that. But it is an upgrade to the current Cressida OEM brake master cylinder. And we'll see how it goes at the next drift event. So yeah, next week we got a prep, and then the week after we go driving, and then the week after that I might be back working on Justin's kit. So it might be somewhere around 3 or 4 weeks before I actually get back around to working on the LS again. But that gives me time to figure out what parts I want to buy, and we'll see what the next steps are in terms of doing this LS swap. Alright, but for now guys, we're out of time for today, so if you enjoyed this video, give us a like, subscribe to our channel, and we'll catch you guys in the next video.